Welcome back to Bike Two Wheel World. Today we're taking a detailed look at one of Honda's most distinctive small motorcycles, the 2026 Honda Trail 125. This is a bike that takes a very different approach to modern motorcycling. Instead of chasing huge horsepower, aggressive styling, or complicated electronics, the Trail 125 focuses on simplicity, practicality, low-speed adventure, and everyday fun. It carries the spirit of Honda's classic trail models while combining that heritage with modern fuel injection, front-wheel ABS, electric starting, a 4-speed semi-automatic transmission, and a rugged chassis. For 2026, Honda lists the Trail 125 with a starting MSRP of $4,199 in the United States, before the $300 destination charge and any applicable taxes, registration, dealer fees, or accessories. Honda offers the motorcycle in glowing red and black metallic. The first thing that makes the Trail 125 interesting is its appearance. At a glance, it looks like a modern interpretation of the classic Honda trail bike. The step-through layout gives it a friendly and approachable character, while the exposed mechanical components, large spoked wheels, protective equipment, and upright riding position communicate that this motorcycle was designed for more than simply cruising around a parking lot. The front end has a practical, purposeful appearance. Rather than using a complicated fairing, the Trail 125 keeps things simple and functional. The headlight and surrounding components fit naturally into the compact design, while the front suspension gives the bike a substantial stance for its size. Honda equips the motorcycle with a 27mm front fork offering 4.3 inches of travel. That extra suspension movement is useful when the road becomes rougher or when you leave smooth pavement behind. One of the most recognizable features is the 17-inch spoked wheel setup. Both the front and rear tires are specified as 80/90/17. Giving the Trail 125 a traditional motorcycle stance rather than the tiny wheel appearance found on some other Minimoto machines. Honda specifically describes the spoked wheels as suitable for both dirt roads and city streets. Moving toward the side of the motorcycle, the Trail 125's design becomes even more interesting. The steel backbone chassis is rugged and straightforward, and the step-through configuration makes getting on and off particularly easy. This is one of those motorcycles where practicality is part of the styling. Nothing looks unnecessarily complicated. The exhaust system and protective components contribute to the adventure bike character. Honda also includes a skid plate and brush guards as part of the Trail 125's equipment, reinforcing the idea that this machine is designed to tolerate more than ordinary urban commuting. The motorcycle also uses a center stand, making parking and basic maintenance tasks more convenient. At the rear, the large cargo rack is one of the Trail 125's biggest practical advantages. Instead of treating luggage as an afterthought, Honda builds useful cargo capacity directly into the motorcycle. The rack can be used for carrying appropriate everyday gear, and Honda also offers additional accessory racks for riders who want even more utility. The rear suspension uses dual shocks with 3.4 inches of travel. Combined with the long travel front fork and 17-inch wheels, the setup gives the Trail 125 a useful balance between urban comfort and light adventure capability. It isn't intended to compete with a full-size off-road motorcycle, but its compact dimensions and suspension design make rougher roads much less intimidating. Now let's talk about the engine, because this is where the Trail 125's philosophy becomes very clear. The 2026 model uses a 124cc air-cooled, single-cylinder, 4-stroke engine. It has a 50.0mm bore and 63.1mm stroke, a 10.0:1 compression ratio, and a SAC 2-valve cylinder head. Fuel delivery comes from Honda's programmed fuel injection system with a 24mm throttle body. Honda does not build this engine around headline-grabbing horsepower figures. Instead, the focus is on accessible performance, fuel efficiency, simplicity, and reliability. The single-cylinder configuration is compact and relatively uncomplicated, while air cooling avoids the additional complexity of a liquid cooling system. For riders who want a motorcycle that feels approachable, This engine makes sense. Twist the throttle and the Trail 125 responds with the kind of manageable acceleration that suits city streets, neighborhood roads, back roads, and relaxed exploration. It is not a motorcycle designed for racing, and that is actually part of its charm. The 4-speed semi-automatic transmission is another major selling point. You shift through the gears using your left foot, but there is no conventional hand-operated clutch lever. That means riders can concentrate on choosing the appropriate gear without having to coordinate clutch operation. Honda also provides a heel-toe shifter, which can make gear changes especially convenient when wearing riding boots. This transmission makes the Trail 125 particularly approachable. Newer riders can learn motorcycle gear selection without having to immediately master clutch control, while experienced riders may simply appreciate the convenience. It also reinforces the bike's practical character. The 2026 Honda Trail 125 combines Honda's classic trail bike philosophy with modern fuel injection, front-wheel ABS, practical cargo capacity, and easy semi-automatic operation. It is compact, economical, approachable, and full of character. And perhaps most importantly, it encourages riders to slow down, explore more, and enjoy the motorcycle itself. So if you're looking for a motorcycle that is less about numbers and more about experience, the Trail 125 might be one of the most charming choices in Honda's 2026 lineup. Thanks for watching Bike 2 Wheel World. If you enjoyed this detailed look at the 2026 Honda Trail 125, make sure to stay tuned for more motorcycle reviews, specifications, comparisons, and new model coverage. Until next time, ride responsibly, enjoy the road, and keep exploring on two wheels.